There's a three-part system that can get you back to the potential that you used to think you could attain. And I say used to because if you're watching this, most likely you're probably going through some struggles. You saw my thumbnail. It sparked something within you that made you think, yes, something's off. Something's wrong. But first, I want to share with you a story. There's this kid, a long time ago. He had high hopes, high dreams, and he loved baseball. And he told himself, he's like, one of these days, I'm going to be one of the best baseball batters alive. So one day he goes outside with his ball and his bat by himself. And he throws the ball in the air, swings the bat, but he misses. The ball falls to the ground. He thinks to himself, well, it was the first one. It's okay. I still got this. I'm still going to be the best batter ever. Best batter ever to live. So he grabs the ball, throws it back up in the air, swings the bat, and it hits the ground. He missed again. A little bit frustrated. Bends down, picks up the ball, looks at it. Says, you know what? I got another chance. I can do this. I'm going to be the best batter alive. So he takes that ball, he throws it up in the air, and he swings. And the ball hits the ground. Full of defeat, confusion. He looks down at that ball, picks it up, tips his hat, decides he's going to go home defeated, giving up on the dream. So as he's walking back to the house, he thinks about something. He lifts his head up, and he yells out, I'm the best pitcher alive. See, that right there, my friend, is the perspective we all need. When we don't succeed at something in life, we have to be able to look at the other side of it. Be able to find the positive out of the negative. That's the only way true success ever happens. The three things that will help you on your journey to change, to reach the success you're looking for, to become the man you want to be. It's simple, yet it's profound. And it takes implementation. The first one is recognize. Now, what I mean by that is you need to recognize what it is that you believe about yourself. Who are you? What has gotten you to where you are now? Good or bad? But I would venture to say that if you are struggling, that you feel stuck, feel directionless, there's something you believe about yourself that's limiting you, that's not allowing you to reach your potential. You got to dig deep for this one. You got to figure it out. And a lot of the times it stems way back. For me, I had a belief for a long time that I couldn't achieve high success. Like I could achieve some success. I believe that. But I didn't believe that I could achieve the success that I saw very highly successful people achieving. You know, keynote speakers and six-figure coaches. You know, and I believed that because of my past experience of addiction, incarceration, people telling me that I would never amount to anything. See, I allowed those projections of others and the circumstances of my past, I allowed that to dictate my belief and who I was and who I could become. So you need to recognize those limiting beliefs. You need to recognize what it is that's keeping you back. Do you not feel worthy? Do you feel like you've failed too many times? Do you feel like you were given a bad hand at life? There's something there that is holding you back. There's something there that needs to be tapped into and brought to the surface before anything can happen. But the beautiful part about this is this brings us to the second one. Once we recognize what that is that has held us back, that limiting belief that we have held on to subconsciously, but now that we brought it to the surface, now we can rewrite. It's a mouthful. I got it. So, you're probably thinking, Chris, okay, yeah, I understand the issue that's caused me to be where I'm at, or possibly has caused me to be where I'm at. But what do you mean by rewrite? So let me tell you. Rewrite is the process of, like we talked about before, your perspective, bringing the positive out of the negative, the change. Okay? For me, I had that limiting belief that I couldn't achieve high success. Now, it sounds simple, but the opposite of that is believing I can. But I know that there has to be a transition and mental shift to actually believe that, to actually have that as something that's attainable. So what we have to do is we have to implement new habits. We have to implement new tasks that are going to get us on that road to where we're trying to go, to rewrite that perspective. So for me to believe that I could reach that success, the habits and the things, perspective, the habits for the perspective I needed to change were, I'm going to write a book. I'm going to listen. This is a huge one. I'm going to listen to these influential people that I think that I can never become like, and see who they are as a person and understand that they're just that. They're a person. I'm a person. I have that potential. I can achieve those things that they achieve if I put forth the work. So then what do? I put forth the work. So as we rewrite this narrative, we have to implement these habits consistently. It's another key part to it, is the consistency of these habits. Because if you think about your subconscious, what has happened is it stores all these memories from our past that have happened over and over and over. And that has become our belief system. Okay? Or that has become our autopilot of how we conduct ourselves. how we think, how we act, how we react, all that. So we have to stay consistent every day with these new habits. So what do? I listen to YouTube videos, podcasts, audible books of these people that I never thought I could be like. Because the more that I can surround myself with their knowledge and their persona, the more tangible it becomes to me that I can achieve that same thing. Now that's mine. Whatever it is for you, it might be different. But they're taking that perspective and shifting it to where, just like the kid, he wanted to be the greatest batter. It didn't work out. He failed. But realized in the process, he was the world's greatest pitcher. And so that's what you have to do is you have to take your limiting belief and you have to flip it to where it's a belief of what you want to be, of who you aspire to be, of what you want to change, of who you want to become. Okay? Now, so we recognize, we rewrite. And now here's the third step is respond. How are you going to respond to this new narrative? How are you going to respond to this new outcome that you're setting for yourself? Well, what you're going to do is you're going to set goals. You're going to set an outlook on your life that is different than what you have. And you're going to strive toward it. With these new habits in place, with this new mindset shift, you're going to continue to go after it. You're going to respond by taking on this new identity, telling yourself in the mirror, this is who you are, this is who you're going to become, this is what you're going to do. And this correlates with the habits because you're going to do this habitually. You're going to, over and over, you're going to continue to tell yourself who you are. Because that's who you are. Let me let you in on a little secret. Who you're going to become is who you tell yourself you are. And it's only up to you. It's your choice. Nobody else's. And that's the beautiful part about it. You can do whatever you want to do. You can become whoever you want to become. It rests in you. It rests in your hands, in your ability to choose what you want. And so when we can get rid of that, the old identity, those old beliefs that we weren't made for it, or we couldn't do it, or we're not enough, or it's too late, or whatever it may be for you, you rewrite that. You change it. You do something different. You believe something different. And you continue to believe it. No matter what. And that's the kicker. I'm going to tell you right now, disruption always follows intention. When we decide to be somebody different, decide means we cut ourselves off from any other avenue. When we decide to become something different, that intention, there's going to be something that comes up or comes across our path that's going to try to detour us from that new goal or that new person that we want to become. That's how the world works. It doesn't always just come easy. There's work that's involved. There's daily tasks that have to be achieved. But we live in a spiritual realm with an enemy that wants to destroy us. And so when we begin to change for the better, when we begin to implement things into our life that are going to put us in a better position to influence other people for the positive, that we're going to be under attack by the negative. It's just how it is. It's you can go back in history and look at all the successful people, and you can see the times in their lives where they were met with opposition. But the response, how you respond, is what's going to matter. That's why that's the third aspect of it, of the change, is the response. How are you going to respond? Are you going to allow the world or old ideas and beliefs dictate who you're going to be? Or are you going to finally choose for yourself who you want to be? Because it is your choice. That's for you. I'm grateful you've been listening to this. I would love it if you would subscribe. I want to help you on this journey. I am a resilient wellness coach. I offer group coaching, webinars. I have a 7-module course if you're interested. The link will be in the description, the bio, whatever they say it is. But I want you to know that you have the ability to become what you want to become. If I can break free from 18 years of addiction, almost a decade of incarceration, a criminal mentality, I can go from not caring about anybody in the world to now caring about everybody, sober, law-abiding, and more importantly, faith-driven. You can too. I'd like to help you get there. If you found this helpful, inspiring, please share it. There are so many men out there that are silently struggling, trying to figure out how they're going to survive in this life, trying to figure out what went wrong, and they don't know how. But I can help. I can get you there. I can get them there. We can do it together. Let's change this world together. Let's get men back into the leadership roles they need to be in. Surviving and thriving in their true potential. That would change the world. All right, guys. As I always say, stay healthy, stay well. We'll see you on the next video.